So is it that when the vritti is used to remove the ignorance, and so it disappears once jnanam occurs because ignorance is gone? How do you understand that?
Yeah. So vritti vyapti, a form has to happen. The mind has to take a new shape. Only then you can say I
It
got
has to be
knowledge.
finite. It
It
has to
has
be a finite. It cannot
yeah.
be an akhanda akara vritti.
So vritti vyapti is required. To say I got it. What makes you say I got it? Something has to have happened inside. And that happening is called a vritti. Vritti. In the case of any anatma, it is you have to now make a conclusion about it, and you have to point to it, and you have to that vritti has to be illuminated by atma.
Phala just.
But this vritti is about atma.
So it doesn't need phala.
Who is going to illuminate the atma vritti?
It
If it
is
is a
self.
object, then atma can constantly throw light on this object vishaya. Okay, but atma, nobody needs to throw light on this atma. Atma itself is the object, but atma cannot be the object. And so the vritti is created, and then it goes away, as it were. It goes away. Because now the object itself is not there. There is no object per se, which has to be illumined by Atma. The illuminer is what is being talked about. And so the Swarupa of the entire Jagat as the illuminer becomes revealed to me.
Mm.
And
So,
that at the same moment the vritti is gone. Swayam nashyet.
okay, so the vritti goes away because there is no object to illuminate.
Correct.
So when vritti goes away, Guruji, then why are you using word vritti vyapti for Atmabodha? Is for Atmabodha, for self, Atmavidya. Is it correct word using vritti?
So vritti is required to remove the ajnanam.
Yeah.
A jnana vritti is required to remove ajnanam. Only vritti can remove ajnanam. हटाना चाहिए अज्ञानम को. And so we are constrained to say vritti is required. Jnanam is required to remove that ajnanam. And that is a vritti. That is a vritti. Otherwise ajnanam will remain like this. It remains such. Only thing that can remove ajnanam, no karma can remove. Okay? Aviroditaya karma na vidyam vinivartiyet. Vidya vidyam nihantyeva. Avidya will be removed only by vidya, and that vidya is a vritti. So nothing wrong with that. Yogi ji. I think Yogi ji is
Vritti
there here.
means yeah, vritti means it comes and goes, Guruji.
Correct. Comes and goes.
Vritti is a guna, it's not a swarupa.
But the
So
vritti,
how?
but the vritti for anatma requires to be illuminated.
Yeah, for
It converts
anatma.
from.
For anatma, it requires to be illuminated. But in the
But what about
case
atma?
atma, the vritti disappears.
Then why we are using word vritti vyapti for atma? That is question.
No, vritti vyapti, because vritti is required. Without vritti, it's not possible. Jnanam is not possible. So vritti is not for the jnanam per se, but for the removal of the ajnanam, vritti is required. Vritti is required. Otherwise, there is no ignorance continues. I continue to be an ajnani. What converts an ajnani to a jnani?
Can
Only
we say, Jaykumar ji, because of the vritti, jnanam happens and jnanam stays? If you say vritti, vritti being thought, thoughts come and go.
yeah. So if the question is, did jnanam itself go away?
No, this jnanam doesn't go away, it stays.
Ah, it
Because this
stays.
is Atma jnanam, this stays. This is not Aparavidya.
And
Another,
what about Paravidya? Will Jnanam stay or not?
no, till another somebody disproves that, then another vritti takes place, then you follow that.
Wait. That is fine. Okay. All right. So, for all objects, that the example we gave was examples of seeing objects we gave. Obviously, when you see something else, all the tree is gone, everything is gone, then people are there in my mind. Tree vritti is gone. People vritti are there. Correct? All right. Correct. So, vritti is constantly changing. Now, to get the tree vritti, there are two possibilities. You have to either look at the tree or you can think of a tree. Thinking is also possible. The same vritti I can capture that I saw 5 minutes ago, the fully blossomed yellow flowers with red center and all covering the entire tree, I can visualize or not. Vritti is there or not? Vritti is there. Correct. So that vritti can come and go. What about knowledge? What about algebra? Basic addition, subtraction. Is it knowledge or not? It is knowledge. It is knowledge. Jnanam. There also, it is aparavidya or paravidya?
Aparavidya.
Aparavidya, which involves a lot of vrittis. Why? Because 2 plus 3, 2 vritti, 3 vritti, 5 vritti, equal to vritti, like this constant vrittis are there. It's you are processing it. And processing implies vrittis, constant change of vrittis. That is why you can look at this thing and say, okay, 253, correct. So processing. And you are able to use the knowledge you gained, when we were kids and then apply it now. If it is not forgotten. Is it possible to forget this knowledge? Generally we say no, it's not possible to forget. Generally
I
we
have
say.
a question. So in Aparavidya also, you don't forget the knowledge. The vritti might come and go, but the knowledge stays in Aparavidya also, apart from the Atmabodha. Is that correct?
Can be forgotten.
So what we say is, we have to allow the possibility of forgetting for Aparavidya.
You can forget
Just
things.
because you and I have not forgotten this far, certain things, but other things we have forgotten. They are also axioms only, as much axiomatic as algebra, basic algebra. Forgotten. College mein, whatever we studied, Maxwell's laws, this, that, and all, I have forgotten now. Vaguely I remember certain things. Forgotten. Why? Because that's the nature of objective knowledge. That is the nature of aparavidya. It rests on some capacity of the mind to retain all these things. And recall. Recall is important. That is a Shakti. That is a Shakti. One minute. It is a Shakti that some people have, some people need not have that much Shakti. And that's why some people say, no, this is all not for me. Studying is not for me, some people will say. Therefore, to answer that question, yes, we have to allow for the possibility of the knowledge being forgotten when it comes to aparavidya.
Thank you.
Allow the possibility. Therefore, the next question, Atmavidya, can it be forgotten?
No.
Our Shastram will say, because of the way we have analyzed this thoroughly, forgetting of this self-knowledge is not possible. Just like the guy Dashamaha cannot forget that he is Dashamaha. Not possible. Not possible, ever.
Yeah, you are always aware you exist. That cannot be forgotten. Even if we are Ajnani, we have that. I exist.
Correct. You are always aware you exist is there. You don't have to. Nobody
I
can.
exist with Upadhi. There I exist, but I exist as a pure consciousness. Consciousness is probably what.
Correct. But Atma Vidya is not what you just said. Simply
Like what?
knowing that I exist is not, it doesn't make me
No,
a
no,
wise
no, no.
person.
No, I'm saying is I exist is always there, doesn't matter what it is. So when that, but here we know as upadhis, I exist cannot go away. What I'm saying is even in the midst of ignorance, I exist cannot go away. So obviously, but you
Good.
know your swarupa at that time.
So good point. The fact that I can't forget the fact that I exist, that itself I can't. It is not first forgetting. It is not even something that I have to recall. I have to know. It is not. Vritti itself is not required for this. And
It's
somebody asks me, I exist means, then I question the person, what are you, what's wrong with you? What are you asking? Like that, I turn around and ask him another question. And so, just like that, if existence itself comes in that category, what to talk of the knowledge of that existence?
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jaykumar.
So, Yogi ji, think about it a little bit. Think about it a little, and I
uh,
understand. Oh,
means here for the Atmabodha, vritti vyapti means vritti disappears.
correct.
In case of aparavidya, it takes shape and these things, but in case of paravidya, it disappears. In that sense, we can take vritti vyapti for Atmabodha.
Disappearing is not the only thing we should take, because vritti of everything disappears also. Even after Palavyapti, vritti disappears. Disappears. Right now, I am not thinking of my school days. Now, only when I said school days, suddenly my mind is going to my school. Okay. But until then, there was no vritti. My high school vritti was not there. My middle school vritti is not there. So vritti disappearing is okay, but that jnanam is of Atma, which is self-illumining. It is not an object; it is the
Okay.
subject. So that's how
So
we should.
that is the reason in Shastra, somewhere they are using Akhandakar Vritti or Brahmakar Vritti, means
Correct,
self-illuminating.
correct,
Yes.
correct. Because that vritti is required, but it is not
Mm.
like any vritti we know.
Yes.
Because Brahmakara vritti also is really a wrong word. Why? Because ब्रह्म का आकार नहीं है.
Uh,
जिसका आकार नहीं है तो उसका वृत्ति कैसा होगा? Like that, if somebody asks, we are forced to use the term ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति.
yes.
ब्रह्म का आकार नहीं है, ऐसा आकार है ब्रह्म का. ओके, उसका वृत्ति
Mm.
आना चाहिए.
Somehow we have to use some word. So for that purpose, we are
Yes,
using words.
yes, yes.
Without words, we cannot do the transaction.
Correct.
Guruji, one more thing. Last class also, I have seen we are using word for the agyana. In English, we are using ignorance. Is it correct? I don't think it is correct.
If you
We are
ask
using.
questions, if you ask question like this, really any English word is wrong. We should only be talking in Sanskrit or Hindi or something like that. And so, this translation always a problem. But what word would you use, Yogi ji? Tell me.
According to me, agyana only we have to use, because ignorance is giving some another meaning. For if we take the example of Suktika Rajat or Rajju Sharp, if I am ignorant, I am walking on the road, and if I am having ignorance, so then I don't know even Rajju also, and I am going. I lack that jnana that time. That is the main hint which I think. And agyana means it is the jnana virodhi. Agyana means misunderstood, wrong conclusion. We took from sarpa to from rajju to sarpa. That is called agyana. But ignorance means I am going and totally I am not having jnana of rajju also. This is came in my mind
That's
last
so.
class only.
So I'll cover it next class. Next class is going to come. Okay.
Ji,
Next
ji.
class is going to come, and then we will see whether your ideas might change or not. Okay.
Because in some words we cannot translate. That is, agyana means only agyana we can use. I also did not get any English word. So Ajnana means only Ajnana, only we should use.
Okay. Yeah, that's your definition of ajnanam. Fine. We'll look at it more. We will break down this ajnana once again in the next class. So avarana, vikshepa and all is going to come. And so we will look at it and then review this topic again. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Yogi. Hema, Swapna, Ramu.
Really, that Viparita Bhavana Nivritti you said, that is Nididhyasanam or Mananam?
Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam.
Nididhyasanam.
Mananam is samshaya nivrittihi.
So after Samshaya Nivritti, once Samshaya is removed, still Viparita Jnana will be there?
That is a good question. That is a good question. That is what I am also asking.
So once all that happens, I mean, you're sure.
I gave you the example of what? What example I gave you? This is the I often give this example.
Car left side,
Car driving.
Car.
left side and right side.
Hemavati Shankar comes from America after living for 5 years. She comes to India. And then now you can imagine. And she, as though she doesn't know India and vehicles, people and everything she knows. And then she takes a taxi. And then where will you go to sit? Front. I want you to.
I'll do it rightly because I'm still doing it wrong here.
Okay, you are doing it wrong. So I ask you why you are doing it wrong there in America. What's your problem? Your problem is Viparita Bhavana.
No, what I thought, once the Samshaya Nivritti, Samshaya Nivaranam happens, and that also includes the Viparita Bhavana Nivritti. No.
I wish that were true. I wish that was true.
Oh. So still one more hurdle has to be crossed before we are ready. So in Nididhyasanam that we have to do. And then only we are...
Knee jerk, that habitual error. It's called habitual error. So knee jerk reaction is there. And so you respond without thinking. You just go. And then you realize, oh my God, no, sorry, I'll go to the other side.
Okay then. So and there, that one, you said Tetral Kottai. We used to call it Tetangottai.
Tetangottai. Okay.
I mean, probably some, area to area, the slight slang differs. Because, where I lived when I was a child in Ambattur, summers used to be very harsh. We had a well, but தண்ணி ரொம்ப கீழே போயிடும். We have to wait. தண்ணி ஊறி வரத்துக்கு வந்தா it will be all muddy. அப்ப எங்க பாட்டி வந்து தேத்தாங்கொட்டை போடுறதுல அப்படிம்பா போட்டுட்டு எல்லாரும் எட்டி பார்த்துட்டே இருப்போம். We'll going on looking at it, அது கொஞ்சம் என்னன்னா தண்ணி ஊறி was a big family, மாடு மனுஷன் எல்லாம். So we need a lot of water. So அது போட்டு பார்த்துட்டே இருப்போம். அது வந்து we could see that it getting cleared, And that is how we have suffered when we were young. So I remember Tetangota Podu Abdimba party. So I remember that word.
Correct.
And one more thing, that Drishtanta and what was the other word? Darshtanta.
Correct.
That also comes from Drish only.
Yeah. Darshtanta.
Nicha.
Darshtanta. Some vriddhi is happening. Vriddhi is happening there. So we have to look into it.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
Kemaji, one comment. The time allotted for Nididhyasanam is to be double or triple than the time for Mananam.
Swapna ji, go ahead.
Namaste. So this yatha kataka renuhu jalam vinirmalam krutva swayam nashyet tatha jnana abhyasat how do I
Tatha jnana abhyasat. What are the words are there?
Jnana collusion.
Yeah.
Ajnanakalusham.
Jivam
Jivam
vinirmalam kritva तथा ज्ञानाभ्यासात् अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं विनिर्मलं कृत्वा स्वयं नश्येत्.
Could you go a
ஞானம்
little
ஸ்வயம்
slow?
நஷ்யேத்ல ஞானம் ஸ்வயம் நஷ்யேத்தா
ஞானம் ஸ்வயம் நஷ்யேத்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது, ஞானம் சொல்லக்கூடாது.
பட் அங்க ஒரு ஞானம்
இல்ல,
Could you
ஞானம்
say
வராது.
it again, please?
यथा कतकरेणुः जलं विनिर्मलं कृत्वा स्वयं नश्येत् तथा ज्ञानाभ्यासात् जीवम् अज्ञानकलुषं कृत्वा स्वयं नश्येत्.
பட் தேர் இஸ் ஒன் ஞானம் வேர்ட் அது எங்க அகாமடேட் பண்றது
இல்ல, ஞானாபியாசாத் include ஞானாபியாசாத்.
No,
So
no.
the karta is not there. Karta is not there.
ஞானாபியாசாத் இருக்கு பட் தேர் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் வேர்ட் ஞானம் இஸ் தேர் கிருத்வா ஞானம் ஸ்வயம் நஷ்யேத் ஆக்சுவலி இந்த
இல்ல,
மீனிங்
ஞானம் கிருத்வா. You have to say ஞானம் கிருத்வா. ஞானம் கிருத்வா.
ஓகே ஓகே
So ஞானம் கிருத்வா is dvitiya vibhakti, ஞானம் there.
ஞானம்
You should not say ஞானம் நஷ்யேத். Be careful.
See, and the meaningல வந்து of course there is also a mistake. I think probably somebody has corrected maybe. அதுல நாஷயத்னு போட்டிருக்க மீனிங்ல பட் somebody must have corrected it. I know.
Yeah. Swayam nashyet. Swayam nashyet means the vrittihi swayam nashyet. Because vritti, how can vritti sustain? Who is going to illumine this vritti? So vritti is swayam nashyet. We have to put within brackets. Okay? We have to
Can
put
we
that
say
within-
Ajnanam Nashyet or something? Like, I don't know in bracket.
Yeah, Jnanam nashyet is understood. But
It's not there like in brackets. I'm just saying like.
yeah, so you have to supply. You have to supply there's some word there.
விநிர்மலம் ஞானம் கிருத்வான்னு போட்டுக்கணுமா ஜீவம்
Vinirmalam Jnanam, you can say, yeah. See, Jivaha is Ajnana Kalushaha. So, Jivam
விநிர்மலம் கிருத்வா
Vinirmalam Kritva. You can even say, this Jnanam is Vritti Jnanam. And so you can say Jnanam Swayam Nashyet also, you can say, okay, Vritti Jnanam. So, Swayam Nashyet, you can say that.
because in the meaning it is given like that but of course there it is typed wrongly nashayet so that nashayet is not right nashayet is the word in the shlokam so
Let's do this. Let's see what Padmapada says. Ajnana karya bhutaihi ahamadibhihi kalushikritam. Okay, kalushikritam. Kartrutva bhoktruttvadi abhimaninam jivam. Okay, that jiva, who is a combination of all this kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Cha jnanam kartru chirakala abhyasa vashat ajnana hani dwara तत्कार्य अंतःकरणादिकं अशेषतः नाशयित्वा स्वयमपि नश्यति. ज्ञानं कर्तृ स्वयमपि नश्यति. That's what Padmapada says. Jnanam, be careful. Be very careful when you translate all this. Jnanam swayamapi nashyati means doesn't mean this fellow is gone case. After all this effort, after all the jnana abhyasa, jnanam nashyati. Jnanam means what? That vritti nashyati. Vritti nashyati. That vritti is not there. Just like I exist, vritti need not be there at all. Still I know I exist.
that is why English falls short of appropriate words.
So, Swapna, back to Swapna's question. Jnanam nashyet. Vritti, within brackets, you put vritti jnanam nashyet. That akhandakara vritti, nashyet. Yeah. So, jnanam, karta is very much there. Kartru, he says here, Padmapada. Because this one, apumsakam, jnanam kartru.
And I find that all the slokas have one upama alankaram in it. Upama, Rupaka. Almost everything has an upama alankaram in it.
That's the beauty of Atmabodha.
Speciality, yeah, that's a speciality. Yeah. Seri, okay,
So
Swapna, you got it now?
I will write it out myself and I will.
Yeah, right. It's a good exercise to write it out. I mean, I can say it once again, but
Yeah, if you could say it once more,
so
that would be better.
yatha katakarenuho jalam vinirmalam kritva swayam nashyet. Okay, we are copying and pasting some words here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Tatha, tatha, look at this. ज्ञानाभ्यासात् ज्ञानं जीवम् अज्ञानकलुषं विनिर्मलं कृत्वा स्वयं नश्येत्. Put the jnanam right in the front.
Hmm.
तथा ज्ञानं
ज्ञानाभ्यासात् अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं विनिर्मलं कृत्वा.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You said.
ज्ञानाभ्यासात् ज्ञानं जीवम् अज्ञानकलुषम् और अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं विनिर्मलं कृत्वा स्वयं नश्येत्.
Hmm.
I think that works perfect.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So,
Vrittigyana.
Guruji, next class, if you could expound on the Akhandakara Vritti, that would also somehow. So, is this? It is a Vritti. So, is this Akhandakara Vritti? As you said, no limit, infinite, right? So the
The vritti that reveals to me that Atma is that infinite entity which is me
okay,
is
okay, then I
Akhandakara
understood it.
vritti. But how can that vritti sustain itself? Because it's not finite. Only the finite can be sustained. And therefore, jnanam nashyet. Akhandakara vrittihi nashyet.
Yeah.
That is the difference between jnanam of this aparavidya jnanam and paravidya jnanam. Very interesting, no? Unless they say all these things, we will never know all this.
The way I
So,
cognize it is, you know that there is no sunrise. There is no doubt in the mind. But yet you see sunrise every day. So
So, I'll complete it. I'll
what?
complete that thought.
Mm,
Unless you want to complete it.
no, please.
So, you said, no, I want to see you complete it. So, so
So
far you are right.
once you get it, it's there. It's not a vritti anymore. It is self-sustaining. I don't know. I don't know.
Correct. It is self-sustaining. That is good. Good. Self-sustaining means even though you see the sun rise every day, sun rising every day, that experience does not go away. But that's not going to fool you into thinking that sun is actually rising. Still, you can act as though the sun rises and you can do your puja prarthanadi. That is how it is. That is how it is, but not exactly also. Because it is still Apara
Yeah,
Vidya. We are using all our examples are Apara Vidya examples.
yeah, correct. So the study of Atma Vidya, the vritti that vritti is called Akhandakara vritti, right? It's only for Atma Vidya, no? At,
What
that
is only for Atma Vidya?
Akhandakara vritti, that term.
Correct. Correct.
But this
Because,
also
because every
disappears
other
at the
vritti is
last.
khandavat. Khandavat. What is that?
But this Akhandakar Vritti also disappears at the last.
That is what he says. Jnanam
Yeah.
swayam nashyet. Swayam nashyet. Swayam akhandakara vritti. Swayam nashyet. It reveals it and then goes away. That is correct. Check it out, Yogi ji. Check with your Guruji and all. I want you to. I want our acharyas to tell us, because it is easy but not easy also.
Hmm. When understood, it's easy. And if not understood, then
Yeah.
Atma Jnanam Ati Sulubham also and Atma Jnanam Durlubham also.
Good. So Meera and then Ramuji. Yeah.
Namaste, Guruji. I was just wondering that you didn't use anywhere subject, because object was constantly used. You didn't use subject anywhere. One. Second, during the retreat, Srinivasanji had taken up the shloka from
So your
Atmabodha.
volume is low. Is it only for me it is low, or is it?
Everybody.
Yeah, Meera, your volume is very low.
Okay. Now, Guruji?
Yeah, now much better.
Okay. So, I was just thinking, subject didn't come up anywhere. One, then during the retreat, Srinivasanji had taken up a shloka from Atmabodha, which is Atmanaha Satchit Amshascha Buddher Vrittihi Dvayam. So, he mentioned about Buddher Vritti, which makes us look things as two, subject and object. So, Akhandakara Vritti, when you say, this vritti which comes and disappears means it takes the subject disappears. Is it so?
Yeah. This whole idea that I now have disappears. The whole idea of Dvaita I have gone.
Yeah.
What to do if that is that vritti is called Akhandakara vritti. Everything I thought about the universe is all wrong. And the truth of that, the Swarupa of that is revealed. Swarupa of that is revealed. That is what it is.
It says, the second half of the shloka there says, Sanyojya avivekena janami iti pravat. So that janami, I know, is what we refer to in Viveka Chudamani as Vijnanamaya Kosha. So this Akhandakara Vritti is all about that, what I thought I know. Is it that Vritti which disappears?
Yes, that vritti that removes the wrong idea about myself and everything else is called Akhandakara vritti. Okay.
I think, Meera, there it is, I know, Karta.
In other words, the vritti that made me conclude that this Dvaita Prapancha is Satyam, the vritti that challenges and then removes this idea that this Dvaita Prapancha is Satyam is the Akhandakara vritti. Just like the vritti, when I wake up, immediately say, oh my God, that was a dream. Until I wake up, I can't say it is a dream and all. Next shloka is coming. I can't say it's a dream. But only when I wake up, I say, oh my God, I thought it was real. Exactly like that. Exactly like that. This waking state, which I now take as real, has become now like when like a dream. Like how I point to the dream when I'm awake, like that I will be pointing to the waking state when I know it. That is the power of Paramarthika Satyam. Okay?
How do I know it's not an experience?
Vritti. Experience needs vritti. Experience means vritti. Loaded. Vritti, 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 vritti. Good experience, vritti, good experience, vritti. Right there it says Swayam Nashyet, therefore it's not an experience.
So, Guruji, if you look at vritti as something that comes and goes, can we look at Akandakara vritti as that comes and stays? So, there is no more vritti of Akandakara later.
Yeah, there is no more need for that vritti.
It will never come again because it stays permanently.
No, permanently stays. If you say the definition of vritti is that which comes and goes, you already said.
Correct.
So we can't put this vritti in that category. If it stays means then it can go also.
Kanda, no kanda.
Anything that comes will go.
Correct. So this vritti happened.
So better it is gone and it never comes because it's not needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
Guruji, can we also say, Guruji?
One second. Narayan has not finished. One second.
So that vritti is no longer required. I mean, in the sense that vritti is something which brings your memory back to that object time and again.
No longer required.
No longer required.
Dashamaha does not have to keep reminding himself that he is the Dashama. Problem is solved. He can tell the story. He can tell the story to others, etc.
It's like the effort suspended.
And interestingly, the word akhanda. Khanda is basically what you are doing is partitioning. Now, akhanda means there is no differentiation.
Dvaita buddhi is gone.
Khanda buddhi is
Forever it is gone. Dvaita buddhi is gone. Therefore, Dvaita is Vyavaharika. Like that we will come. Now that Vyavaharika Satyatvam becomes, that's what my life is. It's all Vyavahara, Vyavahara, Vyavahara. I am Avyavahar. I am Avyavahar.
Like Guruji, one thorn means thorn is removed by another thorn, and after removing, throw both the thorn.
They give that example. Yeah, they give that example.
So,
both are
Mahabharata is
Buddhi is there, but Buddhi is
both
seen
has
as
gone.
it is.
One second. One person speak. Yeah.
It's like Buddhi is. It's not like you don't use Buddhi. Buddhi is there. You see it as it is, where it belongs.
Means whatever the Shankara, Acharya Shankar main word, Adhyasvada. So I think it is there, but it is mithya. That conviction, if it happens, then only it is Adhyasvada.
Yeah, of course. Mithya. There has to be something called mithya. If everything is satyam, there is no adhyasa.
Main focus of Acharya Shankar, this is the adhyasa only, that it is there, but it is mithya.
Shankara will not agree with that statement. Shankara will say it is not my word, it is not my idea. It is Shastram, Shastroktam.
Shruti. Yeah, Shruti.
Shruti Yuktam. Yeah. Premaji, you still there? Yeah.
Yes, Guruji, you have explained it well. It's correct. If the fragmentation that divides is gone, it's no longer needed. And so just it is in there, its purpose is served and just allows for the knowledge to be shining through.
Yeah. Beautiful. Swapna, you still have a question?
Yeah. I just wanted to make a comment. So I've never heard in Swamiji Parampara where when you said when you wake up and you can point and say that's a dream, Atmavidya is like that, similar, right? That there is nothing else. But that explicitly saying it that way, I've never heard from anybody. Is that something that
Explicitly
is
saying what specifically again?
that you wake up and look at things as unreal or mithya, right? When knowledge happens, so
Correct.
that is
Said,
never said out aloud like that.
yeah, it may have been said in other words. Basically, what we are saying is what? Just like when I have to come out of the dream in order for me to say that that experience was a dream, quote unquote, unreal. I took it as absolutely real, but really it is not real. And for me to
Yeah,
say that, I have to come to another avastha. Within the same avastha, I can't say it. Therefore, I have come here. Now I claim that this is a waking world, and that is a dream world. And then before that, there was a sleep world also. But now, what is the guarantee? From sleep, I went to dream. From dream, I have come to this avastha, and I am pointing to that and saying I'm unreal. Now, what is the guarantee? There is not another avastha. And so I am saying that avastha, which happens with this jnanam, jnanabhyasat, vinirmalam, and once that akhandakara vritti takes place, then I will see that the entire life I am leading is vyavaharika satyam only. And the paramarthika satyam is me. I have made all kinds of conclusions based on a wrong idea. Exactly like the wrong idea of the dream. So they will say it in different ways. Maybe it's not said it in this manner.
yeah.
But there is a
Because
difference.
there's
But there is a difference. You know what is the difference? The difference is, having said that, this won't become a dream. The Jagrata Avastha will not become a dream. I still have to lead a life.
correct.
That is the only difference. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a big
because
difference.
yeah, the new age gurus, what are you, when you hear, no, there's a, ye sab maya hai, sab kuch, sab, it's like a dream. It's so, I think it is such a unfortunate thing when it's said so loosely, and the unprepared mind doesn't know how, cannot grasp it, one, doesn't understand, and it doesn't help anybody, right? So you are feeling guilty. Oh, everything is, and or you just use it loosely, or you minimize everything. That Vyavaharika Satyam is not even given importance. Like you are the problem, you are, I don't know, they minimize the whole thing. And that's what you keep hearing and sitting inside the head, you're slowly taking it out. On the one
Correct.
hand, you keep that in mind, but yeah.
So that's a good point. The point is, by saying that you are free and you are paramarthikam and the world is unreal and so forth, then the life is the importance of leading a proper life is minimized. Dharma also can be compromised. We don't know. Possibly. If dharma is important, then is dharma satyam or mithya? Then question will come. The same acharya has to say dharma is mithya. If dharma is mithya, then can I compromise dharma then? So yeah, that minimization of that's why this sampradaya. If we don't stick to sampradaya, dharma has to be emphasized. That's why the chitta shuddhi is so critical. Only then entry into this. Otherwise, the shortcuts and all not possible. It will not work. It will only create all these other problems. Definitely, I
Yes,
agree with
Guruji,
you.
one can compromise with the dharma if you are on that state. Means like Parasar Rishi compromised. If you have the capacity that Prayog and Upsangar Samarthya, only that person can compromise. Otherwise, dharma is for the society. Society should run. So normal people are not allowed to compromise with the dharma in the society.
See,
Is it
Yogiji,
like that?
Yogiji, suppose I say I am a jnani. I walk around claiming I am a jnani. Nobody can, I'm just to, and then I go around doing all kinds of stuff. Slapping people, hitting people and all that. And people say, why are you doing it? Then I say, I am a jnani. I am unaffected by all these things. Dharma doesn't apply to me. I am telling you, people will write me off right away. And the law will catch up. Law is not going to keep quiet. They will say, yeah, you are a very special guy and we will give you a special cell for you. That is what the law will say. Special cell. If you want a cell phone, I will give you a cell phone also. But it will be special. You are a special guy. That's what they will say. So we have to be very careful, Yogiji, how we say all these things. Otherwise, these things will get misconstrued. What we mean is, dharma, the person is unaffected by dharma. That is a correct statement. The person is unaffected by adharma. That is a correct statement. Asangaha, because Atma is asangaha. Correct statement. If I am asangaha, how can anything affect me? But I have the blessing to follow dharma, because that is vyavaharika. If being asangaha, I can still follow dharma. How about that? Two eyes are going on here. I am asangaha atma, but this jiva is dharmic fellow. People look at jiva only, they don't look at atma. People look at the person and personality. And the life, that stomach is hungry. Then this fellow, will he say, I am all pervasive, I am asangaha, nirvikari, hunger will not affect me. Does he have the capacity to say that? No, this fellow will have nice breakfast with all puri, poli and all that, and he comes out and he says, I will flaunt dharma. Not acceptable. Within seconds we can find out these guys, whether they are really, they know what they are talking or not. Really, I am telling you, this not being affected, this, that, etc., not correct. That language itself is wrong. That's a wrong message we give to people. That is why we people don't know what is going on. We have kept people in the darkness all along by saying all these buzzwords. Dharma is paramount. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Dharma is critical. For a wise person, for that person is unaffected by dharma, adharma. But he will not tell this just like that to anybody. It's an advanced lesson. Let's put it that way. And he will encourage everybody to do what you do. Your duty you have to follow. That is why the Varnashrama Dharma is critical. What is Varnashrama Dharma? If you are a Grahastha, you have to follow Grahastha Dharma. Over. Whether you are Jnani or not is irrelevant. For doing the Dharma, it is irrelevant. But then, Jnani can enjoy life. Like Janaka Dayaha. Janaka is a king. Jnani king. He can't simply sit. Enemies don't affect me. Treasury is empty, so what? People will say, push off. We need another king. You go to a hermit, you go to a hut and meditate. We will come and do namaskar to you, but we need another king. Correct? That is, people are smart. They know what's going on in these matters. So Yogiji, just keep that in mind. And what you mean is, dharma does not affect a jnani. Adharma does not affect a jnani. And still the jnani can be a dharmic person also. These two are not opposites of each other. Please understand. This idea that somehow there is a conflict between these two is what we are talking. Hey, one is paramarthikam, atma. The another is vyavaharikam, jivaha. Vyavaharika jiva has to fill up the stomach periodically. Shastram says atma has no hunger. Ask this fellow. Atma says no hunger. Why are you asking for breakfast? Will he agree with all this? People's thinking have to change, Yogiji. These people, we got used to all kinds of vague thinking. Vakra. Vakra buddhi it is. It's not correct. I mean, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying that kind of thought, we have to be very careful how we understand these things. There may be good intentions behind this statement. I'll grant that. Good intentions are there. But a lot of pravachans are here, people say like this and they walk away. So we have to be very careful. Our Swamiji will never give room for these kinds of thoughts. You look at our entire sampradaya, they will talk in one language. In fact, there is Vividisha Sannyasa. Vidvat Sannyasa. Vidvat Sannyasa is a wise person takes sannyasa. Vidvat. That person is a sannyasi. Now the society says, okay, you don't need to do all these duties. You be free from all duties. Sannyasa. Vividisha sannyasa is there. The Vividisha sannyasa is, I want to take sannyasa so I may pursue this study. Free from encumbrances.
What is the name? Second sannyasa again?
Vidvat is the first. Vividisha sannyasa. Vidisha means I have completed all my duties. There are no more dependents. Nobody depends on me to take care of them. I am free. So whatever system says, okay, you can take sannyasa, and duty is to only study and pursue the sastram. But that person is not a jnani. So ashrama decides what I do, not jnanam. Jnanam doesn't decide what I do. Please make a note. Underline this sentence. Think about it. Jnani grahastha janakadayaha. What does he say? Sri Krishna says, Karmanai vahisam siddhim asthita janakadayaha lokasangraham evapi sampashyan kartum arhasi. He says, Janakadayaha, Ashwapati and all, they were also jnanis only. But guess what? Loka Sangraha Mevapi, even for the Loka Sangraha, they continue to play their roles. People don't know that he is jnani and all. Nobody knows anything. Why? Because he's been exactly like the king he was 10 years ago also. That is the sign of a real jnani, in my opinion.
Guruji, Vididisha is all his responsibilities are over. Vidvat is a jnani.
Vidvat is a jnani. Vividisha means Veditum Ichha. For the sannyasa taken for the purpose of this vidya, for knowing, is called Vividisha. Vidisha. So it's not easy. To some extent, Yogiji, it is easy but not easy also. It is easy in the sense the knowledge is not difficult, but not easy because how it is told, how it is accepted, how you are going to transform people and how people are going to take it. It doesn't seem to be easy because loose talking hota hai. Loose talking say damage is done. Damage is done. That's why the British people colonized us also. Because all kinds of things we were talking. And they said, you know what? You keep talking like this. We will do the rest of the things. And then they took over us completely. Completely taken over. You don't worry about railways and all. We will do all this. You don't worry all the diamond, this gold and all. Why you Atma is unaffected by diamonds or not. You only said, correct? We will take care of all that. This is not correct. This is not at all correct. That's why ashrama dharma is very important. Varna dharma is very important. Brahmana has a responsibility to live this Brahmana's life and become a role model. Then the whole world will change. Means people will know. People are not stupid. They all know it. That is why sometimes I say, why did one child asked me? Somebody asked me, not the child. Why did we get colonized? What a question it is. How do you answer this question? I don't know how to answer the question, really speaking. But the context was such that Brahmanas gave up their duties. Then it's a matter of time before Kshatriya give up their duty, matter of time before other people give up their duties. That is why we got colonized. Brahmanas fell for all these goodies that they were giving. Positions, nama, name and fame. And everything surrendered. Oh, after that it's just cakewalk. They say there is a story. Macaulay was given the responsibility of, these people, this is a Vedic society, Sanskrit, this, that, they are talking all kinds of very high philosophies, and how are you going to colonize these people? How can you get anything from them? We want to appear also very civilized. We are all civilized people. We want to appear civilized. And these people are infinitely more civilized than us. So what do you do? So he came up. He was walking around. He saw a king doing namaskar to a person who doesn't even have anything on his body. How? This is unheard of in any other country. Richness defines who you are, the greatness of the person. Here is exactly reverse, ulta. And he says, Tathastu, and then he goes back. And then the king and the retinue goes back. What kind of stuff? If he is doing namaskar to this person, who is greater? King is greater or this Brahmana is greater? Brahmana is greater. So let's focus our attention on this Brahmana. King ko chodo. If I can do something to this guy, then everybody else will follow suit. Correct? So I tell them, Brahmana is the cause for all this. Therefore, what is the solution? Brahmana is the solution. Brahmana has to rediscover his Brahmanatvam. Then only there is anything possible for India. This is my logic. I have one type of logic. That's all it is. If the guy who is asking me is a Brahmana, then I will give him this answer and I will see how he responds. Anyway, this is a big story. Big story. So, 8:30 already.
Quickly, you said manye viditam or veditam?
Viditam manye. Manye viditam. Viditam means known.
Yeah.
Vedita is Vedita is what must be known, I think. I have to look into it. Viditam is what is known. Atma viditam manye. Like that. Good. So we'll pause with that. Yeah? Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.